All right, welcome everybody. So this is the second installment of the 2026 Western Lake Erie Basin Advisory Group's winter webinar series. So this webinar series is designed to provide our community with updates about ongoing projects to monitor and manage nutrient pollution in Michigan's portion of the Western Lake Erie Basin. This series will continue until April 7th on alternating Tuesdays or Thursdays at noon. The next one isn't for a few weeks. So you can always keep track of our upcoming events on our website, which I'm posting in the chat, which has all of the upcoming webinars if you would like to register for any of them. So my name's Allison Bressler, and I'm the program manager of the Western Lake Erie Basin Advisory Group. This community group that many of you are members of works collaboratively with Michigan's quality of life agencies to inform how the state implements projects aimed at managing and monitoring phosphorus to improve water quality in Lake Erie. The Western Lake Erie Basin Advisory Group and this webinar series are generously funded by the Erb Family Foundation. So today we're going to welcome Dow Fellow Alex, who recently graduated from the University of Michigan with a dual master's in information and environment and sustainability, and is currently working as a data scientist with the U of M Office of University Development. Alex previously worked as an environmental science intern for Limnotech and has been involved with nutrient pollution reduction projects in and around the Great Lakes for the last 2 years. Alex supported this project as a Dow Fellow last year and played a central role in the dashboard's design and development that you'll see later. And we also welcome Anna, who is also a recent graduate from the University of Michigan with a master's in ecosystem science and management and a focus in geospatial data science. She spent the last 2 summers doing research at the University of Michigan Biological Station and working with the Tip of the Mitt Watershed Council to study northern Michigan's lakes and streams. Currently, Anna works with the Water Center at the University of Michigan to assist with the creation of this nutrient management survey and dashboard that we'll be presenting on today. So there's going to be a lot of time for Q&A and for doing live demo of the dashboard later. So you'll be able to unmute and ask questions at that time. In the meantime, if you think of a question, feel free to pop it in the chat so we remember to answer it later. And also, a few folks are putting in their information about their jobs and why they're interested in being here today. So if you would like to do a little networking with others, feel free to pop that in the chat. All right. So I'm going to pass this off to Alex to get us started.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to our introduction to the Western Lake Erie Basin Nutrient Reduction Project Directory. Next slide, please. We're going to start today with some brief insight into what nutrient reduction in the Western Lake Erie Basin means and why it's important. So when we say nutrient reduction, we're talking about reducing the amount of excess nutrients like phosphorus and nitrogen that run off into bodies of water, mostly from agriculture in the region. And in the Western Lake Erie Basin, a lot of this excess nutrient pollution flows into Lake Erie and causes harmful algal blooms, which are both an environmental issue in terms of ecosystem and wildlife, as well as water quality for human use. In the Western Lake Erie Basin, there's an advisory group made up of people from a wide array of backgrounds, including businesses, local government, conservation, agriculture, and more. And this group has come together to advise on projects related to water quality and nutrient reduction. Together, they've identified some significant problems, mostly related to communication, that are hindering the best execution of their work. So our team and a previous team of Dow Fellows have identified the main problems with tracking projects, staff turnover, and changes in organizations due to many of the organizations being quite small. There's also a lack of an authoritative source on current projects and their funding statuses and who's responsible for executing them. And since nutrient reduction projects are small and scattered throughout the region and related to point sources and non-point sources, it's very important that the people doing this project know what other people in the watershed are also doing. And so we realized that collaboration is crucial to combat nutrient pollution. But there was a lot of room for improvement in terms of communication and sharing data on the various projects. The previous Dow team had developed and piloted an initial survey. So with this survey, they collected the project data from community members and created a dashboard mockup for the Western Lake Erie Basin. Through this work, they found a major concern with collaboration is the lack of cohesion and limited information across projects, so people could not easily see how projects fit together or where they were happening. And with that insight, we chose to make a map-based interactive dashboard and underlying directory featuring nutrient reduction projects happening in the Western Lake Erie Basin in Michigan. We chose to create this map-based interactive dashboard because it uses project geographical coordinates to visualize where the work is happening and not relying just on the textual place names. The solution aimed to improve transparency, communication, and support long-term collaboration among the partners. We organized our work into 4 different phases. First, we gathered additional projects and made sure that all our fields are consistent. And in our second phase, we built our dashboard prototype, and using the project directory, we presented at the 2025 Michigan Lake Erie Basin Conference, and we got some valuable feedback from the community members and the advisory board. And then in phase 3, using the feedback we got from the community members, we rebuilt our system for better long-term sustainability and then finally published and shared our dashboard and directory so that Basin partners can use them in planning and reporting. Next, I'll hand it off to Anna to discuss more details about the Nutrient Project Management Survey and dashboard.
Okay, thank you, Alex. Now we're going to go ahead and take a look at the Western Lake Erie Basin survey form. So if you guys want to go ahead and scan the QR code at the top of the slide so that you can get that on your phones and kind of follow along. Or I believe Allison should be posting a link to the survey as well in the chat, just so you guys can kind of follow along while we're talking about this. So if you have a project within the Western Lake Erie Basin, you can enter your data into this survey to open up your project for more collaboration. Once you complete the survey, your project's information will be entered into the dashboard, which we'll talk about later, where other organizations or individuals can interact with you and ask questions about your project or partner with your project, or, it just is opening up a whole new world for your project. I have a couple of tips within the survey that I hope will be helpful when you're filling it out. So any questions that are marked with a red asterisk, which I believe there should be some right on this slide right here. So if they're marked with a red asterisk, that's going to be a required question. So if you're having any trouble moving on to the next page of the survey, make sure all of the required questions are filled out. Sometimes it won't let you move on without doing that. And then there's a mapping question on the last page of the survey, which is right here. The map will allow you to select a point that's closest to the main area of operations for your project. So if you have a building that your project operates out of, you can select that building or any other area of significance to your project. It doesn't have to be super specific. This is helping us show like what watershed your project is based in. So yeah, any area of significance would be great. So if you have any questions right now about the survey, please feel free to put them in the chat. We can address them right now before we move on to the dashboard. And then if you think of something throughout that you forgot to say, you can always put it in the chat and we'll discuss that at the end. So are there any questions right now? I don't think so.
No questions till the end.
Okay. So we can then move on to the dashboard. So I'm going to go to the next slide. Okay, so Allison just posted the link to the dashboard if you guys want to follow along. It's better viewed on desktop, so we don't have that QR code for you. So this is the window that opens up immediately upon entering the dashboard. It's just giving you a little information about what the dashboard is, but since you guys are all here, you don't need that. So you can click close in the bottom right corner, and then it will show you the actual dashboard. So at the very top in this horizontal bar across the top where it says Western Lake Erie Basin Project Directory, and then there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different tools at the top. We're going to look at the first one to the leftmost of that area. And that is going to be the watershed toggle tool. And that is going to allow you to see the watershed outlines by toggling on your watershed in the drop-down menu. So it's going to be this one on the left of the screen. So that basically shows the watershed outline as that gray boundary right there. So it's not showing any points of projects. That's just to help you visualize where your watershed starts and ends, or visualizing other watersheds as well. So then the watershed filter tool, which is on the right side of the screen right now, allows you to filter for projects within the watershed boundary that you've just selected. So this can be helpful if you're trying to search for other projects that are happening within the watershed, or if you want to search through a few different watersheds, and then you can use the boundaries as a visual tool. So those two kind of go hand in hand, depending on what you're searching for. So next, we can look at all of the rest of the filtering tools. You're able to filter projects by watershed, which we just talked about, project status, project focus, and land use focus. So for example, if you want to find projects that are focused on urban land, you can click on the land use focus drop-down menu and then select urban, like is in this red circle right here. This is going to narrow down the number of projects on the map so that you can focus on the projects that you're most interested in. You can also make multiple selections from different drop-down menus, and the dashboard will filter to select for all of the criteria that you've chosen. So, for example, in the next slide, if you select the River Raisin watershed and all ongoing projects, the dashboard will select for both of these filters. So as you can see in the leftmost tool using the watershed map toggle, that's what's turning on, again, that gray boundary. Filter by watershed is filtering only for points within the River Raisin watershed, and then project status is only ongoing points within the River Raisin watershed. So this could get confusing if you're kind of playing around with the tool and clicking on a lot of stuff, and all of a sudden it's showing you no projects in the area. So just make sure when you're using the tool that you have the exact, filters that you want to use, and you're not adding any other miscellaneous filters. So lastly, you can also add a new project in the top left corner by clicking this. Oh, I'm sorry. I skipped ahead a little bit. So instead of filtering by certain criteria, if you know like the name of your project or the organization's name, you can use this search bar. So in this example, we've searched for Ducks Unlimited, and then 2 projects come up in the projects list. And then when you click on the projects, it allows you to see those project points on the map. So then if you click one of those red points on the map, you can find out more about that specific project. And then a window will pop up on the right-hand side with more information about that. Okay, and then finally, you can add a new project right on the dashboard by clicking the Add New Projects here. This is going to take you to the Survey 123 form link that we talked about just a little bit ago, and we gave you the QR code for it. So it's basically the same link that we just talked about, where you can input your project's information. And then once you hit submit, your project will be automatically entered into the dashboard and should appear on the map. So that should be everything with the dashboard, a quick, run through of it. And then for some final takeaways, user feedback has been a really central part of the entire process for our team. We've gone through many iterations of both the survey and the dashboard that have included the WLEB community members and WLEB community member input as well throughout this entire process. This has helped us to know what the community wants and has also allowed us to tailor these tools to the people and organizations that will use them. The longevity of this tool also is extremely important to us and our team and the Water Center. So we have thoroughly documented this process to ensure that these tools will be functional well into the future. And then we have some final acknowledgements of everybody that has helped us throughout this process to make these tools the best that they can be. And then I'll hand it back to Alex really quick to thank the Dow team.
Yeah, I just want to give a thank you to the Dow Fellows team and the Dow Company Foundation for supporting this project.